Hindustani Gauraksha Samiti in English. And I'll keep it brief because there were speakers who've expressed themselves very, very well. And my message is more brief. It's more to do with the holy cow directly. And I've known Mr. Ramna Murthy is a very insightful, spontaneous speaker. And I've been with him earlier in different occasions which had more to do with communal amity. And today this bit new for me about the cow. I mean the different situations here under different politics and different states. But what I know, the basic thing here I'd like to express is that the cow, the holy cow, should be treated well, and not just that, the treatment of it meaning the facilities. Just by calling it holy cow or Gau Mata is not enough. There should be appropriate facilities to actually make that happen, like some places for protection, some medication units, and maybe what should be done when the cows become old and people can't look after them and they're not productive. All that should be looked into. It's not so easy to just say something and let things happen, and which contradict each other. And there should be this whole situation of considering the cow to be a mata. It should be brought under some very precise rule. And if it's not under a precise rule, especially for the cow, it should be at least in the legal framework of protected national animal. And if they, I think the animal part the word can be changed to saying sacred being or sacred, not being, maybe sacred, what do you call it? I've written it here. Sacred life form. You can call it sacred life form. There's so many other words. I mean, I can't think of everything just now in the spur of the moment, but I wrote this down for any other appropriate description. So none can, use or misuse this law. And mostly, I think, obviously India is a very big country, so there are a lot of mishaps happening because in a population like ours, which is like so huge, there are bound to be some miscreants for misusing. They might be even settling their private scores under the guise of this Gauraksha, and they've killed people even without even clarifying or checking if the meat they're carrying or whatever is even a cow. So that's also happened. So I think there should be very strict laws, very specific laws. And so misuse does not happen, and people cannot take advantage of that and harm other innocent people. And even if they're not innocent, people should not take law in their hand. I mean, we have courts, we have evidences, we have so many. I mean, it's a very precise system how to kind of convict someone. You can't just 10 people cannot convict another 10 people or even 3 people just because there are 10 and there are only 3, and convict them and just decide on their own what should be done, and especially in terms of something irreversible like killing the other side, killing the other persons they are accusing them of. I mean, accusing of some crime which is probably not even happening. It's also been. There were situations where the crime was not even proved. So anyway, so another thing is Mr. Ramna Murthy referred to me as a ninth Nizam. From that, we progressed to Nizam of the Asif Jahi dynasty, or Nizam of Hyderabad's Asif Jahi dynasty, because we progressed with time. We are a democracy now. And earlier, I mean, now India is now merged with the Union of India. And now there's no more Nizam of Hyderabad. So now we are in a democracy, and I've been democratically elected by the majority, which is like a system of democracy which existed from the first succession ever. Like the Prophet, his successor or not, through his descendants. It was his father-in-law, Rahmatullah alayhi, Abu Bakr Siddiqui, and it went sideways, and it was selected by the people in the form of, it's called ijma. In Islam it's called ijma. It's a consensus, maybe not a vote box with individual votes, but all communities got together, community heads got together and decided on something. So that was there. And so basically today I'm, again, like I told you, I'm not Nizam of, wouldn't want to be pronounced Nizam of Hyderabad, but Nizam of Hyderabad's Asif Jahi dynasty. Apart from that, I'd like to say, he mentioned Holi, that I celebrate Holi. It's more than 50 years today. Before that, I think even as a child, my parents paid for it, but after that, I've been doing it at my expense, and it's over 50 years now. And this time, years from now, I started Sankrantri. But meeting Mr. Ramnamurthy was great because he's brought it to a different level. Like last time we did the Sankrantri, we just didn't go and fly kites. Fly kites also in English term is saying go fly a kite is like get lost also. So anyway, we didn't just fly kites, we brought the whole background of it, so to make Indian people aware. We brought the right Pandits because it's related to a sun god. So we got the Pandits who are related to that particular type of, practice or the rituals. And we got the, villages which practice that ritual a lot. We got people who were, public entertainers which are related to that particular, the art which is related to that kind of celebration. So we did that. That was also unique. It's probably bring it to a bigger level. We might even do it for tourism or whatever. We're attracting people through various things that we should attract them through our culture also. Our culture is like all these things are our culture only. In Muslims, there's not much scope for doing all this because everything is quite internal. Except when they pray, they kind of spill onto the road sometime. Otherwise, everything is non-public. So here there's a lot of chances, like Holi is a very colorful festival. It's like, brings people together. And so brings people together, not like these speeches and all that. Like I've got a doctorate in communal amity, but giving speeches is very boring. So you get people together to play, like in Holi and all that. You didn't bring different communities, they get friendly with each other and bond naturally. So that's what I try to promote. And that is one thing. And then, and I do that in the name of Mir Mehboob Ali Khan. Mir Mehboob Ali Khan is probably like, if you know the previous name, he was the 6th Nizam and he's my great-grandfather and my idol. And he was the most secular of the lot. He used to even go to Hindu temples and pray. He did a yagna in 1908 during the Musi floods. Like the number, like Sarojini Naidu called him a saint. And there are letters of her saying that. There are many. There's a English engineer, railway engineer who cited him as, they have, like he spotted temples in Maharashtra which where people went, which they created in the name of Mehboob Ali Khan and went there to supplicate, like ask for favors, from the shrine. Okay, he called it a temple. And so there are many these things. And he was the only, like monarch. If you notice, 6th Nizam, he was born in a monarchy. He became a king when he was 2 years, 7 months old. And he died at 45, and he was end-to-end a monarch. After that, his son Usman Ali Khan, he had a bad time with, influential people who were very communal, and they kind of pressured him and all that. He got a bad name, and he shouldn't have buckled under them, but he has to take that responsibility and the infamy which came along with it. And that was the last Nizam. And last 19 years of his life, he was a citizen of India. He was not a monarch or even a ruler. But I'm talking about the 6th Nizam, Mehboob Ali Khan. I said he was a monarch and the most secular because he was free to do his own thing. Prior to him, the 5th Nizam was originally a Subedar of the Mughals. Subedar is like a governor. And prior to him, all of them were governors of the Mughals. So they all worked under Mughal instruction, partly. Partly they were independent. But, so what they did is probably not totally free they were not free to do whatever they wanted. But definitely the 6th Nizam was, and I'm very, very proud to be his great-grandson. And also more so because he is the most secular. I mean, he's got stylish things like biggest wardrobe in the world and all that, but those are all irrelevant. But even there he helped people because when he bought clothes, whatever, the shopkeepers showed him, he used to pay for and distribute to the poor, and he used to select whatever he liked for himself. So that's a, way of charity, and people might misunderstand that for lavishness, but it's got charity attached to it. So he was a person who got broke. His idea of fun in the night was roaming around the roads and finding out people who are in real distress personally and trying to help them out. His stories are endless, and I use him as my idol, as my whatever. Like they are using me today. Jai Bharat is using me as a mascot or a representative or ambassador. I use Mehboob Ali Khan as my ambassador. So today I'm with different groups of people with their own opinions. My opinion is very strict and very, very close to just about the cow. and the cow has to be looked after better, and things have to be formulated, proper, procedures to actually make it happen. But because just vocalizing something doesn't make it happen, things are different. The reality is different, and the things they are saying are totally different to what's really on the ground. So it should be like they said, after a certain age of the cow, they are saying it should be slaughtered. It should not. They should be. I mean, that's the whole principle is gone if you do that. So there should be ways. I mean, maybe it's not easy to maintain cows till the end of their life, but definitely it should be sorted out. And without sorting it out, you can't say, you can kill a cow after like 14 years of age, but go and kill people who are like suspected of mistreating cows. I mean, that's not fair at all. And so, proper laws have to be brought in, and very strict laws. Just like I told you, like the protected animals under national bird and national animal. And I said the word animal can be changed if it disturbs anyone. A proper word like, like sacred, I said, whatever, sacred something can be, you won't say, what could I say? I already said it once. I think I said, anyway, so I won't, there's enough time to create a word for that, so I don't have to do it just now. So I'll end with that. I've already said the word, but I can't remember it now. So I'll end with that, and I think it was a very useful meeting today, and everybody expressed themselves, and lot of the very good speakers also, apart from Mr. Ramnamurthy. I thought he's great, but the other people also who had their own ideas, and especially the gentleman on my right who he said some very interesting things. He was giving some some solution instead of just going on talking and talking. He was giving some ideas and something which can be done, something constructive. So if they can be implemented, nothing like it. And we have a very good government now, and I think they are not paying attention. But people like us bringing things through their knowledge, they might do the right thing. They might do better things. I mean, I'm not saying wrong, because that's my government, and still our prime minister is our prime minister or whatever. So I trust them to do the right thing. So I'll end with that now. Thank you.